Live.
All right, we are live and welcome to episode 6. I think we're almost caught up to the Star Wars saga, except theirs are a lot cooler. So welcome to episode 6 of the Goody Two Shoes show. We are your hosts. My name is Carlos. You can see my Instagram handle at the bottom of my picture. We got Aaron as well, and then we also have Brian. We're excited to see you guys tonight. Thank you for coming. Thanks for joining us. And we just want to welcome you out. If you aren't already following our Facebook page, it's at Goody Two Shoes LV or facebook.com/Goody Two Shoes LV. Our Instagram is also at Goody Two Shoes LV. And the same goes for YouTube. So please give us a follow on there if you're not already. And then I also wanted to give a quick shout out to a new friend of mine, a new friend of ours, a new friend of the show. His name is Rob Norden, and he runs a show. He runs a sneaker page up here in the Pacific Northwest. So it's called the Pacific Northwest Waffle House. Really dope page on Facebook. So thank you for what you did for us today. You know what you did. It made a huge difference, and it was super helpful for our following and kind of what we're looking to get off the ground. So appreciate that. How's your guys' week?
It was really good. It was Vegas kind of is going through the phase 1 opening right now, so it was cool to go out and be in public and chop it up with some cool friends, and it was cool.
Get a haircut?
Not yet, but
Aaron got one.
Yeah, I had to, man. I was feeling like a bum. My head is too big, so I can't even fit my hats, and so especially with a bunch of hair. So, it was a must. Shout out to barbershops being in phase 1, man, because your boy needed it.
That hasn't happened up here yet, and I'm anxious for it. Partly because I'm a barber myself, and I want to get behind the chair again. But that's not why you're here. You're not here to talk about haircutting. That's a whole nother show that I haven't started yet. Maybe I will. But what you're here for is about sneakers. So we're going to get into it. We're going to start by talking about our recent pickups. So I'm going to choose Aaron. Why don't you start? Tell us what's going on with recent pickups this week.
Yo, so unfortunately for your boy, the recent pickups did not come in the mail today like I was hoping. COVID has everything delayed. And so I have some stuff for you guys next week though, man. And so yeah, be on the lookout for that.
No problem. We'll give you a pass for this week.
Yeah, I need one.
All right, Ryan, go for it. What you got for us?
Dope. So this week, I was able to hit up Waves Las Vegas. If you guys don't follow them, I believe it's Made the Wave on Instagram. They're a local shop here. They have a bunch of heat. The owners are really cool, and we have big news coming with them soon. But I was able to go up there and trade a couple pairs I was looking to get rid of. Trying to get some more wearable things. So The Last Dance has definitely inspired these last couple pickups. So starting off, I was able to pick up the maroon Jordan 6.
Nice.
Crazy.
Black Cat 4.
Dang.
And 2013 Bread 1s.
Okay. So which one of those three, were you after any one of those three in particular for a while? Or
Yeah,
what?
so this is what I went there for originally. And I ended up getting a good amount of store credit with them. So I took advantage of it and was able to grab these other pairs. Black Hat 4s I wanted for a while. There's a custom I'm thinking of doing. I don't know if I want to do it yet, but that's why I got those. And then maroon 6s have always been super clean to me. I remember how like back in the day, maroon 6s were like some of the rarest J's. Like you just never found them. And so it's just cool to have them. The retro, of course. I don't know, though, because like I have a love-hate relationship with 6s, so I don't know if I'll end up keeping them or what I'll do with them. But
yo, that's true. the Maroon 6s were rare back in the day before they retro. Like, those were one of the shoes that, like, people longed after. It's like you got to pay Maroon 6s in your collection. That was dope. Shout out to everyone in the live stream real fast. We got 40 people watching right now. We appreciate you guys. Stick with us. We got some super dope guests with us.
That's awesome. And everybody who's watching right now, and I see there's about 40 people. If you guys who are watching right now can do us a huge favor and just share this live video with your friends right now. So take 2 seconds, hit that share button. What's up, Rob? I see you on there. Take that 2 seconds and share that video with your friends. We want everybody to come in. The more the merrier. So invite your friends to come and join us and talk kicks. Robert, now that I know you're on, I want to take another second to give you a huge thank you and shout out for helping us out on your page today. We shouted your page out earlier, so if you go back and watch the beginning of this episode, you'll see what I said. But you know what you did. It's huge help. You helped us get our Instagram to 100 followers today, and that was a huge deal. So much love for that, 100%.
Not just the Instagram, but the Facebook page. We're almost at 400 likes, and Rob played a big role in that. So appreciate you, Rob.
Definitely. Any other ones, Brian? I feel like you had 3, right?
Yeah. So it was just those 3 for this week.
Just for those.
And that might be it.
You realize you're like blowing us out of the water, right?
Every week.
I got something special coming next week too from Goat. Goat finally shipped.
Uh-oh.
It's been like 4 weeks. So Goat finally shipped, and it should be here early next week. So
there you go.
We'll see.
Yeah. Okay, so last but not least, maybe least, whatever. It's a special week for me. My recent pickup, I'll hold them a little bit closer so you guys can see. I picked up the LeBron 13s, the Christmas LeBron 13s. And if you have been watching these episodes and you know anything about me, I have been on the hunt to complete a set of LeBrons from 1 through 17. Not every colorway, because that would take forever and I would also be broke. But I wanted at least one pair of every numbered LeBrons, and I was able to complete that this last week. Ironically, the dude that I bought them from lives like right there. I can probably see his house from here if there was nothing in the way. He lives like a 2-bedroom.
And that guy went to our high school, to Aaron and I's high school.
Yeah, so back in Vegas, I live in Spokane, but this guy, he lived in Vegas, grew up in Vegas, I'm not sure, but he went to Valley High School in Vegas and went to school with Brian and Aaron. So he knows you guys, and I thought it was super random that now we live like 3 minutes apart. So pick these up. I'm excited to have a full set of LeBrons 1 through 17. Now my mind is trying to figure out how to take a cool picture or a video to show off 1 through 17. But that's where I'm at. That was my recent pickup for the week. And I don't know if I'll have one for next week, if I'm being honest. So we'll see how it goes.
That's for Brent.
There you go. Brent wants to see him. Thanks for tuning in, Brent. I met him at the gym. Dude is a hooper. He gets buckets. But that's what we got for you this week, guys, as far as recent pickups.
I'm not going to lie, though. I love those, the Black Hat 4s, man. If I were to start wearing Jordans again, one day, those might be my favorite pair. Other than my Grails, the Cherrywood 16s, you can't go wrong with the Black Hat 4s. I mean, the Black Hat 3s are cool, but the 4s, there's something about that silhouette, man.
Yeah, it's a good shoe. We'll see if I do that custom on it.
Yeah, that would be cool. So with that said, we'll move into our next segment, which is going to be with Brian. And he's got some breaking news for us. So Brian, go for it.
All right. So, if you guys don't know by now, let's see. The 711 Nike SB Dunk Low has been scrapped. They have been canceled. I know a lot of people have been wondering what's going on and why they've been canceled. And so I looked into it a little further, and I found out that the reason they were canceled, which is a very valid reason, is that they were supposed to drop alongside of the 2020 Olympics, which were to be held in Tokyo. Because I guess Tokyo has more 7-Elevens than the whole world combined or something like that. because there's a 7-Eleven everywhere in Tokyo. And so this was supposed to be a shoe alongside of the Olympics, because this is the first year that skateboarding was going to be in the Olympics. And Nike SB had some skaters in there that were representing their brand. And so for that reason, they decided to scrap it. But I'm super hopeful because the Olympics can come back, and hopefully they can bring these back out alongside that.
That's an interesting story. When you told me you found out more information about it, I didn't think it would be that deep. I didn't think that it would be that big of a deal.
Yeah, it makes sense, and I was reading some of the comments, and people that have visited Tokyo or they're from Tokyo, like, rave about 7-Elevens out there. I hear their 7-Elevens are crazy. So it does make sense. And you can't be mad at that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, too, because like Ron and I grew up in New York, and in New York, we didn't have, a crazy ton of 7-Elevens in the neighborhoods, right? You had the corner stores, and so moving out west was really my first time ever experiencing the 7-Eleven. But I was kind of iffy on these dunks, anyways, man. Like, this picture makes them look a lot better than the last one that we showed. I wouldn't mind rocking them. They don't look as loud in this picture as in the last picture, but I don't know, man. I don't feel too invested in them, so I'm sure there's a lot of people that, especially right now, the SB wave, that were like pretty excited for these, but I don't know, man. I'm just not one of them.
For sure.
I feel you. It's a different shoe.
I feel like now I'm like rooting for them. You know what I mean? That they've been scrapped. I'm rooting for them to make a comeback. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think that's an interesting story to follow.
For sure.
No, yeah, definitely. Yo, Brian, what's next?
So we're gonna move into new releases, things that are upcoming. I wanted to keep it on the dunk category. So luckily next weekend we have 2 dunks coming out. So on the 21st, we have the Nike Dunk Low Brazil. Guys, this is just a dunk. It's not an SB dunk. I know when the Syracuse's drop, everyone was saying Nike SB Syracuse. It's just a dunk. But with that being said, the Brazils, what do you guys think? Like, these are fire, in my opinion. The highs are crazy. I would love to have the highs. I'm definitely going to be going for these. And at $100, you can't go wrong.
If you can get them for $100.
Yo, yeah. Shout out to us. We took major L's on the sneaker app this weekend. So if you have the Prestos in a size 12 or like an extra large, hit your boy up. But yo, these are fire. Like, I am definitely going to try to get these. You can't beat that $100 price point, man. Like, you can't beat it. They're dope, man. I love dunk lows. I'm still not a fan of the toe box, the new toe box on the dunks. This one doesn't look as bad as some of the SBs that we've had recently, but you can't go wrong with that green and yellow. I like him.
I think it's a solid shoe. I think the colors, they bounce off of each other super nice. And I've had SB dunks in the past, and I've had regular dunks in the past. I for some reason, I feel like the regular dunks look just as good on feet as the SB dunks. The only difference really from a side point of view anyway is just the tongue and the fat laces. But sometimes SB dunks has flat laces on them, and they look just fine. And some SB dunks in the 2008, 2009, 2010, like the blue box era, there were a lot of SB dunk lows that did not have fat tongues, like the Ron Burgundies or the Eric Costins or the Asparaguses. I'm freestyling at this point. I'm trying to jog my memory, but they were still really, really good shoes. So I like these. I think they're cool. Unfortunately, I feel like they're going to be tough to get just because of all the hype that's built up around dunks right now. So,
and for me, I actually prefer, I know the SB heads, Nike Dunk SB heads are going to kill me right now for this. I actually prefer the thin tongue. And I know blasphemy, people are going to kill me for this, but I already have wide feet as it is. So then that fat tongue always made it harder to fit into the SB Dunk. So I'm okay with the thinner tongue. Solely for actually wearing them.
For sure.
I feel that. Yeah, because you got to definitely like size up when it comes to like, especially the old SB Dunks. Like them things were cushion, man.
Yeah.
But on the topic of Nike SB, a shoe has finally hit the sneakers app. That we are all looking forward to, and it is a Nike SB Dunk Low X Ben & Jerry, the Chunky Dunky.
Yo, these for $100. Yo, these are the hype around these is so crazy. There's no one that's gonna be able to cop these, man. I've already seen some of the early pairs. I would definitely love to get my hand on these, but yo, I don't know.
I couldn't even get it
possible
this morning. It was
impossible. What'd you say, Carlos?
I couldn't even get a pair of LeBrons this morning, and so I feel like my chances of getting these are even slimmer. I might as well just go and grab a bucket of Ben & Jerry's ice cream and just eat until I'm done crying. I just don't think it's going to happen. So,
man, I'm bringing out all the devices. I'm getting the whole family together. We all going to be trying because, man, sometimes there's shoes that you need to do that for, and I feel like this is definitely one of them.
What are they going on StockX right now?
So right now they're about like 12 to 1,500, I believe.
Oh my goodness!
Of course, the resale will die down a bit when they release, but I think it'll die down for a bit, and then I think it'll go up again.
Yeah.
So probably to around the same price they're going for now.
Yo, PSA to resellers, man. I know it's your business. I know you got to make money, but yo, save us a couple pairs, please. There's a couple of us. There's a couple of us that really want to buy these for us, to have in the collection to rock. And so, give us a little bit of mercy, yo. Like let us have a couple pairs. I don't care about the rest, but yeah. Our boy Adrian said they're going for around 1,100. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Going on the show later tonight, so he'll be our last guest. I'm excited to have him on, and we're talking about SBs right now. I have a feeling that we're going to be talking about SBs at the end of the show too. So stay tuned.
Perfect. Dope. Well, that's it for this weekend, guys. Just a couple dunks. Wanted to keep it short. There's a bunch of stuff coming out in the next couple months. A bunch of stuff announced for 2021 as well. A bunch of hype stuff. But we have some dope guests coming on tonight, so I wanted to make sure we have time to have them all on and see some of their shoes.
Yo, so let's get right into it. Yo, Brian, who's our first guest?
Dope. So our first guest is Raul, a personal friend of Aaron and I. We went to high school with him. He's at Cool Raul Fool on Instagram. He's a man of many talents. Your local chef, your local comedian, local talk show host, radio. The man of many talents. There he is, Raul.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me on the show. And first and foremost, I just want to say that you guys are doing a really good job. Like, the podcast is doing great. I didn't know about those 7-Eleven dunks. I was listening while you guys were doing, and that's pretty dope. That's cool that you guys integrate like news and stuff on it. But we're here to look at shoes, right? So, by the way, nice to formally meet you, Darth Vader.
Yes, sir.
Nice to formally meet you. Yeah. Thank you so much again for having me on the show. I'm watching you guys, liking all your videos on YouTube, and I can't wait to watch you guys grow. So, the first shoe I'm gonna show, it's like it just means a lot to me, but like you just can't go wrong with it. You know what I mean? It's my favorite silhouette, favorite colorway. I actually was gonna buy the Spike Lee. What are they called? The
Mars Force.
The Mars Force. When I was younger, I was actually gonna buy them, but like I thought they were fake because like the insole, like it was upside down, but this just what they do. So like I was like, oh, this is fake. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that I mean, I probably I could have had a pair of Mars Force, but yeah. Second shoe that I'm gonna show It just means a lot to me because I'm a big Laker fan. So shout out to the Lakers. Anybody who likes the Lakers, Laker Sixes, one of my favorite shoes. The I wouldn't say the 6 is like my favorite silhouette, but like I said, the 4 is. Oh, there you go. I see that. And then of course I beat the fuck out of these, but I like the cement 3s, of course. My favorite pair of shoes of all time are these right here that I have, Cool Gray 11s.
That's a good shoe.
They're super clean. I probably wore them. Like I don't wear them too much. And then like my beaters, my band ones. My fucking
those
beaters.
are like band.
Oh yeah.
Did you get them at the outlet?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So okay. So I have a very big surprise, and I need like a drum roll or something. So like I don't think anybody's gonna top this show today.
Oh, yo.
Yeah, you guys messed up. You guys messed up in putting me first because then now I know, you know what I mean? So okay. So y'all ready?
Yo, let's see it.
Bow.
Oh, okay.
Know what I mean?
Yo, have you even worn those?
No, they're.
Where'd you get them?
I spoofed my location for MCA, and I actually hit. So not a lot of people know I have these. I've been having them in the fucking. Yeah, I keep them in my fridge, so that you know. So yeah, here we go. If y'all want to look at them, yeah, you feel me? Yeah, these definitely are gonna get worn, or I'm gonna hold on to them whenever I need like a quick 3K or something. But like, you know,
what size is that?
No, hey, chill. These are size 10.
Oh, okay. Yo, that's
hey. So what do y'all think? Is it gonna get topped or not?
Yo, I don't know. That's a tough shoe to beat.
That is a tough shoe.
Yo, that's one of the like more fire shoes we've had shown. That's fire. That's super fire.
They're real.
Yeah, I'm not even questioning. That's a good shoe. I was actually looking at them today on like YouTube videos just because like I really want that shoe. But
what are those going?
These?
Yeah, what are they going?
Honestly, I don't even know what the fuck they're called. They're the Virgils, 07 Virgils.
The MCAs. So there's the MCA Air Force One. Yeah, it's an off-white collab. They're going for. I mean, I don't know. Like I know Waves has a pair right now, like size 6 for like 1,800. I want to say.
So size 10 is probably.
It's a money. A size 10 is a money size. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you know what? Like I want like I said, I wear the fuck out of my shoes. Can I cuss? I'm sorry. I wear my shoes. Like every shoe that I get, I always wear. I don't resell. I respect the shoe game so much to where like if I'm getting something, I'm gonna wear it. You know what I mean? I mean not to like put shade on people that like do it for a living because obviously everybody got to get their paper. But like in my opinion, like if I hit on a shoe and what did he say, Brandon? Okay,
I hit 3,300.
If I hit on a shoe and I don't want it, and my friend wants it, I'll just give it to him. Like I'll just let him pay the retail and then.
Yo, Raul, I really want that shoe, bro. Like,
all right, bro. All right, I'll tell you what. No. But yeah, man, I told y'all messed up. Y'all shouldn't have put me on first, bro.
Yo, now you gotta watch to see if anyone's been top it, bro.
I'm watching. I'm gonna watch for sure. But
StockX price, my boy Brandon said 1951. So,
I see this for $3,000.
Yeah, so you probably anywhere between 2 and 3.
My size was 3, but I mean,
yeah.
That shoe looks so good on foot too. It's like
that. Don't do that to me, bro. I'm not gonna do that yet.
That blue is crazy. That blue is good.
Yo, that blue is crazy.
Raul, I wanted to ask you. You kind of just like jumped into kicks, which is totally cool, but. We want to know how you got into sneakers, like
okay, my bad. Okay, so growing up, like I always like grew up to where like I always looked at I had like older friends that were into shoes and stuff, and they're like break dancers and stuff in the neighborhood, and they were just talking about shoes or whatever. But basically how I got into shoes is that I couldn't afford them growing up. So like whenever I saw a shoe that I wanted, I couldn't. I mean, obviously I understood my parents, feeding me, keeping me clean, keeping a roof over my head, and did shout out to them. But once I made enough money on my own, like to where I could, provide for myself, I ended up like every shoe that I ever wanted, I went for. I got it. Like I think the only shoe that I haven't gotten, which is probably like I'm not gonna drop that much money on the shoe, but or the Air Mags, but I'm pretty sure a lot of us want those. And I would say that's how I got into shoes, really.
There you go. Yeah, it usually starts with somebody that's older than you that you kind of look up to and stuff. And I feel like we all kind of come from somewhat humble beginnings, maybe on different levels than others, but none of us really, none of us here anyway. I'm sure there are people out there who, grew up with their parents being able to buy them shoes that they wanted and stuff like that, or the shoes that were cool. But you end up usually going on later in life and going after the pairs that you couldn't get when you were a kid. At least that was the case for me. So that's cool.
Yeah, definitely. And it also helped that I have a big sister. She was when I was in high school, she was out of high school for a year. So when I was a freshman, she was a senior. So anyway, she used to work at Champs. So she used to like get me shit all the time. She used to like buy me shoes. I didn't wait in line for the Cool Gray 11s, for the Metallic 5s, for the Cement 3s. Like there's a bunch of shoes that I didn't wait in line for. She just held them. But I mean, that's kind of like shady.
There has been worse that has happened.
Definitely, especially here in Vegas.
Yo, that's crazy.
Trust, bro. I know, bro. Like, what can you do? But for the love of sneakers, I love what I got. I obviously wear the hell out of my shoes. I have a lot of shoes that I haven't even touched yet, but I just like, I'm for sure gonna wear them though.
Do you have a kind of shoe that you like the most, or is your collection more a lot of like variety?
Variety, I would say variety. I have Yeezys. I don't know if I showed Yeezys. I got Yeezys. I got Air Forces, Jordans. I don't collect Dunks anymore, but I see how like now you guys were talking about it. There's like a resurfacing like hype around all of them.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
I would
so
say it's variety.
So Raul, if you had one shoe like that, you had to say was like the all-time best shoe, regardless of like hype, regardless of cost. If you just had one shoe that you're like, yo, this is the dopest shoe, and whether you owned it or not, what is it?
Oh, Air Force One, all white Air Force One. I think like that, you can't go wrong with that. Oh, I see you. Yeah. You can't. You really can wear them with anything. And then I like I like how like it's just like it's a timeless shoe. Like you go like whenever, like when I was in high school, middle school, everybody's wearing Air Forces. You were like rubber banding your pants just to, show them off a little more, you know what I mean? And it's just it comes back, like history repeats itself. It's a very timeless shoe I don't think it's ever gonna get out of style.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So speaking of the all white Air Force One, recently A$AP Rocky said that he had a bigger what do you say? Like he had a bigger influence on Air Force Ones than Nelly did.
No, there's no way. That's cap.
Okay, I just want to know your opinion on that.
No, that's no. Well, I love A$AP Rocky, man, and there's no like shade or whatever. Like I'm not on both sides. Like I actually listen to A$AP Rocky's music more than Nelly, but nah, there's no way you can't do that. Like Nelly made a song called Air Force Ones. You know what I mean? So you can't do that, bro. Like if anything, A$AP Rocky probably did have a big influence on like getting like Air Forces like back into rotations and stuff. But I think the only thing that comes to mind are like those V-Lone Air Forces.
Yeah. I think we can all agree that A$AP Rocky hasn't been the same since he first dropped either. So
I just think
long live A$AP.
I just think it's interesting that he had to specifically say that he had more of an influence than Nelly. Like, why did he choose Nelly? Because he knew that Nelly had influenced Air Forces long before why did he have to pick him specifically? I don't get it. But
some people got an ego. They just gotta feed it. You know what I mean?
They got feed it themselves sometimes if nobody else is feeding it for them. But anyway, Raul, we really appreciate you coming on the show tonight, man. You brought some heat, and I don't know. I don't want to call it a competition, but I'm not exactly sure what to expect. What our next couple of guests have in line, but we've really appreciated you having you on and showing some of your kicks. It's been awesome.
Can I say one thing before I go?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna start a podcast pretty soon. It's called Rowley Knows. Tune in for that soon. I'm gonna have you guys on the podcast as well. And last thing I'm gonna say is, good luck trying to beat this. All right, have a good one, guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to be in the podcast.
Raul, good to see you, man. Take care.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Our next guest.
All right. Hey. What's up, BJ? Can't hear you, bro. Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me now?
Oh, he's in.
What's good, guys?
What up, man? How are you?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling. What's up, Carlos?
What's up, man? Dude, I miss you.
I miss you, man. It's been a minute, bro.
It's been a long time. So Brian and Aaron, this is BJ. He and I used to work at Apple together. And when it came to sneakers, at least at that store specifically, I think, a few employees had shoes here and there, but nobody really had a passion for sneakers in the same way that BJ and I did. I might throw Chesco in there a little bit, but BJ was a dude that I could always go to and talk sneakers and know that he knew what I was talking about. So it was always a joy to work with him and take some pictures of shoes. I remember taking pictures in that back hallway with my Tiffany SBs and the Pinnacle ones. Is that what they were, right?
That's what they were. Crispy, but aged beautifully.
Great picture. Great times at the store. So BJ, let us know who you are, where you're from, and how you got into sneakers, man.
For sure. So my name is BJ. I've been into shoes probably since high school. Really got into shoes primarily because I've been into art my whole life pretty much. So I used to draw shoes all the time. Dragon Ball Z, anime, all that stuff I used to draw. I never took the opportunity to draw on a shoe. It's still kind of something that I've always it's a blank canvas, but I'm terrified of it, so to speak. But it's something I always wanted to do. But started off with pretty much Nike SBs, had the Uncles, had the De La Souls, had Hawaii's I beat the hell out of the Hawaii's though. That gum bottom got trashed pretty quick.
Yeah.
But SBs, and then I kind of fell out of the shoe game for a little bit. So I didn't really touch shoes for a while, but Jordans has always been when I was younger, I wanted a pair of Jordans. My sister, I remember, got a pair of Jordans before me. My parents bought her some shoes, and I'm like, dang, how does she have a pair and I don't? So when I started working at Apple and a little bit before that, I'm like, you know what? They're retroing a bunch of stuff. Let's see what this is all about. And, as I got more and more into it, I was like, you know what? The history of all this is awesome. So a Sneaker Freaker history book. That's Bible. If you guys haven't seen it, got to pick that up. That has pretty much the history of all brands, Adidas, Nike, so on and so forth. But yeah, from then on, try to match my tees with my shoes and be fresh like that. I know styles kind of changed from then till now, from high school till now. But yeah, it's been nonstop. And my wife is my wife because she loves me for my shoe habits. But that's why she married me.
I feel it, man.
Oh yeah,
married to us. But when I worked with you, I remembered seeing you in, a lot of variety. But I think the thing that I saw you in the most was probably Air Maxes. Would you say that that's probably up there for you on the list of favorites?
Oh, most def. I heard the other guy say that his go-to was Air Forces, Air Max 1s, that silhouette, air bubble, just how simple and clean it is. The variety they've been doing it on nowadays has been awesome. But Air Max 1s, from comfort to style, being able to rock it with shorts and jeans, is no doubt my number one.
There you go.
So speaking of my number one, should I jump in it?
For sure.
Go for it.
Let's see some cakes, bro.
Yeah.
So I mean, don't mind the heat back there. It's a little hot back there, but those are just for show. So these are my man. I break so many necks with these. So I'm gonna put it in 3 ways. Number 1 is shoes that I can break necks with that I rock all the time, and that's these right here. So Atmos, I don't know. I'm a big shoe collector. I'm a big toy collector. So I got a ton of toys. Like, I don't know if you can see this, but I got a bunch of Kid Robot, a bunch of Bear Brick, bunch of Cause stuff. But when Atmos did the collaboration on these, I knew I needed to have them. Just the color of the air bubble matching the Nike on the back, has that red swoosh, came with the different laces. It's just, the material on it is just fire. So these are it's a beautiful shoe for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Laura Style from Hot 97 just showed those in her sneaker battle.
For sure.
Fire.
These are fire. No, these are pretty up there. I have a few of the other Atmos ones, but as far as Air Max, these are my number 1 for sure. So
would you put those over the elephant print?
Say again?
Would you put those over the elephant print?
Personally, yes. I would want
the
elephant print just because of quote unquote the hype of it. But as far as rocking it and breaking necks on it, if you don't know shoes, you still want to take a look at these shoes.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
Elephant print, it's dope.
Sure.
It's dope if you know sneakers. It's dope if you know the kicks. But yeah, they'll break necks for sure. So the second pair is more.
It's a flex because you have the matching Bear Brick.
Oh yeah, you got to have the matching Bear Brick. Yeah. I mean, I told myself if I ever get the elephant print, I got to get the matching Bear Brick for that. But yeah, my wife might want a Louis for that afterwards.
Yeah.
So number 2 kick is really, I'd say more it's sentimental. These are dead stock, so I haven't worn them. I barely put them on. But these are more sentimental for me, and I'll eventually wear them special occasion. But yeah, these are, you guys know. And let me get the better sneaker out. Free throw line. So these came out OG 88. It's my year. I was born in 88. When these came out, it was their 30th year anniversary on these guys. So came out in 2018. But my wife actually bought me these on our anniversary. Nice. So when these came out, she's like, yep, those are it. I know I need to get them for you. So these are more sentimental. I don't know when I'm going to break them out, but you can see how icy that bottom is. And with the whole, excuse me, I've had a few of these in. With the whole Jordan documentary, yeah, I put these on every time I watch. I'm like, all right, cool. I feel like I'm going to dunk from the free throw line with these on.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Yo, some shoes though aren't worth some shoes aren't worth undiesing, man. Like I have a pair of Cherrywood 16s that I've never worn. Like they've been in the box the entire time, and it's not like they were dead stock when I got them either. But just sometimes that sentimental value is worth more than than taking them out and ruining them possibly.
No, bet for sure. Yeah, I mean that sentimental value, it tells a story, and I think the story is what you guys are doing. You're telling your story, you're getting everybody else's story, but that's how the community comes together, right? Like you guys all have your own stories. You see the sneakers on somebody's shoe and be like, hey, yo, like I have a similar story than you. Like let's partner up, let's do some collaboration. And that's why you see like Virgil with Louis Vuitton and, Travis Scott. Everybody's doing collaborations nowadays. So that's what that story is all about.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys ready for the last one? Because I heard the last guy said that there's not a lot of people that can match this, but
yo, all right, Raul, you better be watching, bro. Let's see.
Raul, I appreciate the kicks, but I don't think you're gonna beat these. OG 1985 Jordan Chicago ones.
Oh,
fire!
Crunchy,
fire.
Crispy,
These guys,
used and abused, just the way that they should be. So you can hear.
I was just telling these guys the other day.
But you can hear the crunch.
Yeah, we can hear that. Yeah, we can hear that.
Oh yeah.
Brian,
hold them a little closer to the camera for a little bit.
So let me just sit these up here. So laces aren't OG for obvious reasons. They were used, but going back to kind of like the story of all the shoes, right? So Carlos knows. I don't know. Do you know the story about these?
Jeff.
Jay Tibbs. So we
Yeah.
worked with an older gentleman. I'll just say it's an older gentleman that was awesome. We loved him. Everybody in the store loved him. He always saw that me and Carlos and a bunch of us like really passionate about shoes. And I was wearing a pair of Jordan 11s that day, and he was like, "Hey, I have a pair of Jordans." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Like, it's this old dude just telling me about him having a pair of Jordans. I was like, "What kind of Jordans? Like, what color are they?" And he's like, "Oh, the first ones." And in my head, I'm like, "Okay, he probably doesn't like." This guy came in rocking like Cole Haans. Like, nothing against Cole Haans. I love Cole Haans. They collaborated, or they were part of Nike for a good while, but like I didn't think he knew too much about shoes. So he was like, "Yeah, the first ones." I'm like, "Do you have like a color or a picture of them?" And he's like, "Yeah, they're like red, white, black, like the normal Chicago colors." And so I'd always ask him, I'm like, "Hey, did you take a picture?" Like every day I'd see him, "Do you take a picture of them so I can see them?" And he's like, "I'll take a picture of them sometime, but they're in like the back of my closet. I haven't taken them out for like 10 years." I'm like, "All right, cool." Kind of forgot about it. Maybe 3-6 months pass. He comes in with a box, and just mind you, it's not an OG box. It was a Jumpman box way back when. It was silver, had a little circle with the Jordan logo on it. And I was like, "Okay, cool." Like he had a pair like old team Jumpmans. Like, that's cool. Sure enough, he's like, "Hey, I brought these like so I can show them to you." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Opens them up. These come out, and this is at work. So I look at him and was like, "Close that box." Like, what are you doing? Do you know what those are? And he's like, "Yeah, they're the first Jordans. Like, it's the ones I was talking to you about. Like, I stood in line for them. I paid the 70, 80 bucks for them." I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me. Like, do you know what you have?" And he's like, "No, like, these are yours." And I look at him and I'm like, "What do you mean they're mine?" And he's like, "I know how much you care about shoes. I know how much you take care of your shoes and you enjoy them. So yeah, I mean, they're sitting in the back of my closet. I know you're always talking about Jordans. Like, they're yours." I look at the size, they're my size. And I'm like, "Can I give you something for these?" Money, a dinner, something, a steak dinner. And I was like, "I'm going to give you steak dinner for this or something." He's like, "You can, but like, no, I mean, I want them to go to a good home. Like, if anybody else were to see these and see how beaten up, they'd probably throw them in the trash." I'm like thinking in the back of my head, yeah, no, that's not really the case with these shoes. So believe it or not, OG Jordan 1s, got them for $3.99. It's pretty crazy.
Wow, yo. That's a dope story too.
For sure.
You didn't have to do me like that. That's funny. We really appreciate you coming on the show. We got to get moving to the next guest, but we don't run out of time. But thank you, and please let's catch up soon. I know this is kind of a super formal way to see you again, but let's chat it up, FaceTime soon or something like that. Last time I saw you was downtown Disney. I have a feeling I'm going to be there for a while. Let's make something happen. All right.
Most def. Keep it up, guys. Good stuff.
Thank you. It was good talking to you.
Thanks, Pete.
Like,
yo, he brought the heat.
That was fire.
Hey, yo,
that's our next guest.
Hey, what's going on?
Yo.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
You already see the boxes in the
what's
back.
going on?
I already see them.
See you.
Welcome to the
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it a lot.
Goody Two Shoes show. We appreciate you taking some time out of your Saturday night. I know you're probably really busy with everything else to do right now. So thanks for squeezing us in your schedule. But tell us your name, where you're from, and a brief story on how you got into sneakers.
My name is Adrian. I'm actually from Vegas. I was born and raised here. How I got into sneakers, it was kind of like I was born into it, man. My my uncles are buying my mom Jordans for me, like on my for my baby shower. You know, like it was really like that deep. Like all my uncles had collections. My dad is like a heavy metal drummer. He's been drumming since he was like 9 years old. So he's always been rocking like sneakers with like the metal tees and the ripped up jeans, you know, like just that whole metal, like that metal sneaker rocking style, like Metallica did, like Megadeth did, like, you know, Sepultura, all those guys, like huge, like huge metal bands. So like my dad had a huge like collection of Converse. And when I was younger, my mom always had me in like Concords, Cool Grays, like a whole bunch of 11s, a whole bunch of 6s, 4s, like a whole bunch of different Jordans. But as I grew up, you know, like they weren't very cheap anymore. You know, like my foot started getting bigger, and I had to start, you know, thinking about prices. You know, my mom would only give me like 1 or 2 pairs, like to start the school year off. You know, and I had to make those last. And I ended up being the same shoe size as my dad, so he gave me his Converse collection, and I went nuts on the Converse. But after that, I kind of got into skateboarding because of my dad. And from there, it was like, oh man, I was introduced into a whole different other world of sneaker / skateboarding community. It was like ice creams and Nike SBs and Americas and you know, just old school like skating shoes like that. Like, but I mostly stuck with the SBs, and I still got a few ice creams that I could show you as well. But I mostly stick with the SBs for sure.
That's what I remember you as. And I want to say you went to Chaparral High School, right?
No, I went to Arborview.
Where did you go to middle school?
I went to Cadwallader.
What? How do I know you then? I feel like I went to school with you.
No, I think we know each other through Chris, and then we met up at a dunk exchange, and I bought shoe goos off of you like years ago.
Whoa.
For like, I think you sold them to me for like $50, dude.
Do you remember what they were?
Shoe goos.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Shoe goos.
Yeah, I still have those, man. I still got those.
That was a mistake, let me tell you. But that's awesome. So we've been doing kind of top 3.
Yeah, I've seen that.
More than that, but
those dudes came with some heat, man. Those dudes came with some craziness.
They did. But I know you're going to represent for the SB fam, the SB gang. So
that's what I do, man. That's what I do. I would say I'm gonna go to 3, 2, 1. You know, my top 3. I think my number 3 would have to be Wheat Highs.
Ooh,
I love SBs myself.
Shoe. I love that shoe so much.
Like the shoe goo, Carlos. That fat tongue on the Dunk High is just so crazy to see, man. Like you don't see that on a lot of pairs. Like I have red Supreme Highs as well that have them. I still got those shoe goos. I used to have the UNC colorway in the Supremes, but I don't got those anymore.
Flex.
So I like that. Just this chunky tongue, man. It does it for me. Like that's what SB. I almost took offense to Aaron when he said he likes the thin tongues, man. I can respect him. But the SB is for the fat tongues, man, and it always came for me. It always did something for me. And for my number 2, of course, the Tiffany dunk. Every SB collector needs a Tiffany dunk, man. This is my 3rd or 4th pair, I'd say.
Yo, wait a minute, 1 second. Yo, Raul, how you feeling right now, man? Because Raul came on super strong, and then they just been killing it since, man. Yo, that's fire.
I had to do it, man. This is my collection, you know. Like
this is
I don't know if you.
This is number 2.
Yeah, that's number 2.
That's a pair I regret selling every single day. Like I go into my photo library and go look at my old pair,
and it hurts, right? And it hurts.
It hurts so bad, man.
I had a DS pair that was stolen from me when a couple guys like broke into my apartment after I had my baby. They stole about 100 pairs of my dunks. They stole Supreme Highs, my Tiffany lows, my uncles, my Day of the Deads. Like they took some craziness off me, and I was ready to catch a body, man. But now I'm like, I'm a dad. I can't do that kind of stuff. I had to take the L and acquire some of my.
I told him that happened a couple of years ago, and I told him that whatever you had today, was going to be like since that time until now.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think that's great that you've kept a level head through that and been able to pick up some more pairs.
It was hard, man. It was hard not to do something stupid, but I'm a dad now, and I gotta keep my head on straight and do the right thing,
There you go.
And that's for my number one.
Oh,
the
dear.
coveted Heineken High DS. Never even put them on.
That's it.
Never ever put them on, man. I'm afraid to touch these sometimes.
Yo.
Wow.
Lace bag still on them, bro. These do them for me, man. These were scrapped because of a lawsuit with Heineken and Nike SB. Well, Nike is kind of like a greedy company. As much as I love them, they're very greedy. They don't like buying rights. They just go for it, man. And that's what happens, like you throw that red star on them and they're coming for you. That's a cease and desist right there.
Yeah.
But if I also got a whole bunch of
Yo, I don't know if we're ready.
Just to give you a little bit of
dope.
A little bit of variety, some ice cream board flip ones.
Dope.
Fire.
He's like, forget the Ben and Jerry's. This is the real ice cream right here.
Yeah. Some other ice cream board flip 2s.
Fire.
Board flip 1s.
Yo, and those have shot up a ton lately.
I know. I've been seeing it. I'm like, man, if I sell anything, I really don't want to, but it'll probably have to be those ice creams. And then just to flex a little bit.
Oh, my goodness.
DS Money
Cats. DS?
Sabotage.
DS.
On Futura. Oh, man. Hold on.
Futura. Yep. Futura. Flash
Oh,
lows.
the Flash. You have the whole pack?
Of the Money Cats?
Of Flash, Sharks, Loadins?
Oh, yeah. I got all 3. Yeah. My Flashes are DS. I believe my Loadins are DS. Yeah, those are my Loadins. I still got Sharks down here somewhere. Yeah, Sharks. That's the flex right there. Lace bag still hanging. But this was my first dunk right here. This was not this exact pair, but I skated the crap out of my original Sabotages. And I threw some gold tipped laces with the lace lock. It just looks such a good shoe. This leather is almost impossible to not crack. So
yo, that thing cracks.
Yeah, I conditioned it with leather conditioner, man. They're holding up like beasts, bro. Like there's not one fade of age on those, man.
That's awesome.
That's the flex, though, man.
Fire.
I've been collecting since I've been the same shoe size. I've been the same shoe size since I was in middle school, so it's been easy for me to, keep the same shoes for so long.
That's awesome, dude.
That's
Yo, you came on here and shut it down. That's crazy, bro. Nah, we have to be in touch, man, because one of the things we want to start doing on the show too is going out and actually filming collection videos and stuff like that, bro. And yours would definitely be an honor to come on and film, man. Yo, I just feel bad for Raul right now, bro.
Hey, I had to do it to him, man. He pulled out some Virgils. I was like, okay, I like those. But the homie pulled out some original Chicagos. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, those are crazy.
But he said that's a both.
Salute to him for those, man. Those are gnarly. Those are gnarly for sure.
That's awesome. Well, hey, man, we appreciate you coming on here and and showing off.
I appreciate you guys.
They were great, represented for the SB family, and you've got a lot of fans here that really like SB. So you know by our reactions that we appreciate that shoe and just that. Just that whole era of Nike SB dunks was awesome, and it's cool to have it making a comeback. So we appreciate you coming on, man, for sure.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you. I really want to say, like you guys are doing your thing with this podcast. I'm really digging it. I've been tuning in every time, and keep up the good work, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, yo. Thank you.
Thanks, dude.
Salute to you guys.
Appreciate it, man.
Peace.
Awesome. So we got like less than 5 minutes. I heard through the grapevine that Aaron's computer is going to die soon, so we gotta wrap it up here soon. But I want to take a quick second to thank all 3 of our guests, Raul, BJ, and Adrian. You guys really brought the heat today. I feel like this has been by far like the hottest episode as far as like sneaker heat and
down.
or value, whatever it is. This has been a very high quality episode. No offense to previous episodes and those who are participating, but this one hit me right in the feels. So great job to our guests. We appreciate you coming on for us. And anybody who's watching right now, it looks like we got about 30 some odd people on the live stream on Facebook. Please, please, please take 2 seconds and share this video. Any view that we can get is super helpful in us trying to get this sneaker show off the ground, and we really do appreciate it. The fact that you guys are here just means the world to us. So 100%, we appreciate you guys, definitely. You guys want to say anything else before we spotlight who's coming on next week?
Go ahead, Brian.
Just a quick thank you again to you guys. If you guys could follow our social media at Goody2ShoesLV on Instagram and Facebook. Man, we're trying to do the best to bring super great content to you guys, and these guys definitely brought the fire today, and it only goes up from here. So thank you guys.
Yeah, I definitely don't want it to be like a competition, but obviously when you've got guests on and they're showing their shoes, there's going to be some level of competition or feeling of competition, and that's totally fine. But I don't want anybody to feel like their shoes aren't good enough. You know, we here at Goody Two Shoes, we just appreciate the variety. We appreciate the passion. It looks like Aaron is going to go plug in his computer. We might be all right.
Yeah, we want to be good.
We just want anybody and everybody on the show showing off the shoes that they love. If there's a great story behind the shoe, we want to hear about it. So don't feel too timid or maybe a little apprehensive to come on the show because of the shoes that you see have seen so far. These shoes that I see today don't make me feel like I should be a host of this show, just to be quite frank. But that's not what it's about. It's all about the community. It's all about the love of sneakers, and we want you guys to keep that in mind moving forward. So
yeah.
With that said, this has been a wrap of episode 6. We're looking forward to episode 7 next week. We have one guest next week, and he's a really good friend of mine. And we talked about it with a couple of our guests tonight, but it seems like everybody who's into shoes got into shoes because of someone older than them, someone that they looked up to. And when I was a freshman in high school, my family hosted a foreign exchange student for one school year. And they've done that every year since I was like 3. So I've been able to meet a lot of people from all over the world. But one exchange student my freshman year, his name is Mike, and he was from Norway, and he spent the school year with me. We went to high school together, and we just became like the best of friends. I consider him my brother. And he's going to be our special guest next week, the one and only guest. So we'll be able to talk to him and pick his brain for quite some time. And then he has one of the most impressive sneaker collections that I've ever seen, that I know personally. Tonight was awesome. And I have a feeling that when Mike sees this, he might be sleeping right now, but when Mike sees this, he'll step up his game. I don't know what he was planning on showing, but it might change after what he saw tonight. And I have a feeling that he's going to bring out some heat. So hopefully you guys can tune in next week. We look to spend some more time with you guys and appreciate the interactions that you guys are sending on the comments. That's been great to see pop up. We really appreciate you guys being here. So that is that. You guys have anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I just want to reiterate what Carlos said, man. Like, we really, really appreciate all the love, all the support. We really want to keep bringing you this content and showing you just everyday sneakerheads like us, man. We were just kids that got started liking shoes, and then it's been a passion ever since. And so just keep supporting, share the page, like the page, man. The more sneakerheads we can get watching, the better, man.
Yeah, man, we do it for the culture. We love the culture. We love shoes, and we just want to help you guys love the culture as much as we do.
For sure. Well, with that said, it looks like we're at 59 minutes and 19 seconds. So we'll spare you guys about 30 seconds and end the show here. That is that. We are your hosts. This is a Goody Two Shoes sneaker show, and we will see you next week.
Peace, guys.
Peace.